Hey everybody, it's CometX, and today I will be running through this Momir queue. This is Magic Arena Momir, which means that the only cards that can come out of the random generator are cards in Magic Arena, which means only creatures from Standard, which is much weirder than regular Momir. Like, it's actually quite a different format, I think. I think that you actually do want to just start at 1-drops, because they're all standard cards, which means the creatures are better in general than creatures over the entire history of Magic. There's a lot more 1-mana 1/1s that do nothing in the history of Magic than in this. So they start with a Tragic Poet. I do still think you want to play with your mountains, primarily. There's stuff like Kazarov and just good red abilities. Ooh, 1/1 first strike for once. See, there we go. That's a good start. My 1-drop's better than theirs. You don't have to worry about any kind of land walk in this, though, so you can just play Wooburg out there and then start adding on mana based on what creatures you have out. Ooh, that's a rough one for them. It is a 4/3, but they had to discard a card, which means they'll have to skip a turn. But I guess, actually, that's not terrible. I don't think they saw that this has first strike, which is good for me. Let's discard... I don't need 3 mountains, probably. Ooh, I like that. That's a Menace guy. Not attacking into their 4/3, though. They can skip their 3-drop to make sure they make it to 6 or 7, but this is Magic Arena, so they may be new to Momir and not realize how much you want to prioritize getting to higher mana costs. Even in this format, I think in Standard, I did have a quick scan over the creatures at converted mana cost 6 and up. Converted mana costs 6 and 7 just have some incredible creatures. 8, there's only like 3 or 4 creatures at 8 mana cost in the game, which is a little weird. I think there's Gishath, there's I don't know, some weird stuff. I don't remember exactly, but I think 6 cost and 7 cost are some great creatures. So as long as you make it there, I think you're good. This is pretty sweet. If they end up getting any relevant abilities, I'll be able to just start drawing cards, which means I'll be able to make it to higher mana costs. I did look at, in terms of mana costs higher than 8, the only one that matters at all is if you do make it to 12 mana, you can get a guaranteed Gishath. I don't think that really matters that much. I think you do still just want to stick to 8 at the most. Or not Gishath, the 12/12 trample, or whatever it is. I would like to draw a card, I think. That way I can just keep playing a creature every turn, get to higher mana costs than my opponent. We will discard Forest. I don't remember there being a lot of green abilities. That's very good. Bristling Hydra, hell yeah. I'm going to pass the turn here. They have established a little board for themselves here that I can't really attack into very well. Oh, shit. That's pretty good. Double strike haste. That will just trade off with my Bristling Hydra. Actually, my Runic Armisar just stops that, so that's fine. It is scary at first glance. They're swinging in with the 3/1? I wonder what they're doing here, because I have the 1/1 first strike, if nothing else. So I'm a little confused. Like, I have several creatures on this board that just block that and kill it. The 2/5 and the 1/1 first strike. Okay. I mean... like, yeah, it's got Menace, but it's not going to kill either of those. I forgot it had Menace. That makes a little more sense how they could mess that up, but still, it didn't. This first strike has been clutch. I guess my opponent just keeps forgetting the first strike, which is pretty rough. Go for 5 drops here. Vona Butcher. Hell yes. So if I send this in, it's just trading it for one thing, so I'm still just not going to attack. Vona's going to be great. I've got 14 life, so I can do this twice, so if they get any bombs, I just get rid of them. If they don't, I hopefully gain some life, so yeah, that's not great. I think if I was my opponent, I would have skipped my 3-drop after the Blood Rage Brawler, because they had the pressure more than I did at that point. Just so I could get to 6 mana. I think 6 mana is probably the most important mana cost in this format. If you look at 6 and 7 mana cost creatures in Standard, they're 7 mana cost creatures are just like a little bit stronger than 6s. I think 6 is where the cards just get insane. So let's discard an island here, I guess. See, there's a 6/7 hexproof, and that's just like one of the uncommon ones. That's not even one of the rare bombs. So, oops, no, I don't want to do that. I was thinking about just attacking in. It's going to trade with probably 2 things. Clear up this board a little bit. I guess they're just going to scoop. Alright, so we didn't have to think that out, but there's our first win. I haven't checked how this works. It's just you play until 5 wins or 2 losses. Yep, 5 wins or 2 losses. Alright, well, let's keep going. See if we can get a 5-0. That would be awesome. If our opponents all are as unfamiliar with the format and with, I don't know, just like First Strike as our last opponent, this shouldn't be that bad. But we'll see. It is still RNG, and I assume we will probably play against some very good players. So let's see. They don't want to start with 1, so they might be familiar with old Momir. I think starting with 1 is completely fine in Standard Momir. See, like, I got a 1/2 Menace. Like, the 1-drops in Standard are just much better than what you're going to get in regular Momir. Opponent really just wants to wait for high costs, I suppose. Let's discard this Plains. See, like, this card's great too because you're discarding a card every turn. Now I got something that's a mana dork, so I can just go straight to 4 mana next turn. This is a great start. And opponent's still just saving for high mana cards, I guess. We're going to go for 4. We're going to drop an island. See what we got. Rashmi. That doesn't do anything. So there's our first dud. But our first 2 cards were very good, so that kind of just pays for that. Makes it pretty fair, pretty average. So they're starting with 4, which means that they're going to be able to go all the way up to 9? They're going to go all the way up to 10? I don't even think there are any 10 mana cost creatures in Standard. Maybe they really want to hit, what's its face? The giant green dino. I could see that. Okay, this guy's got Menace, this guy's a 2/3, let's get in there. They can have a 1/1 flyer if they want. Flyers are still probably pretty good in this format. Again, I haven't played it literally at all until last match, but I'm just making assumptions based on the cards that are in Standard. I do think that it is almost always just best to play one of each land out in this format. I do think that a lot of people who played regular Momir are going to fall into that trap of just like, oh, I just want to play Mountains and Swamps. But part of that is just not wanting to get hit by landwalk stuff, and you don't have to worry about that at all in Standard Momir. There are good red mana abilities, but I don't know if there are any black ones. But there are good red ones, for sure. So what do we have here? That's a 6/6 trample. I can send in the Snapping Sailback. That'll probably trade off with their 4/4. This they'll have to double block. That'll trade with their 2/2. I'm not so sure how great attacking is anymore, but I can get rid of their 4/4, and then I just have a much bigger field than them, so I will send in with my 4/4. They are down to 12 life, so if their creature next turn isn't great, swinging in with the team can put some pressure on. So let's see. But yeah, see, I've played a creature every single turn, and I'm still going to make it 6 drops. Like, I'm fine with that. So they're at their 6 drop. 7 drops are good. And I'm going to make it to 7 drops unnaturally thanks to this Naga. Normally I would have just made it to 6. But I will go for a 7. I do think that the 7s are better than the 6s, as makes sense. There's a 3/7 whenever a flying creature attacks, I draw a card. Pretty nice. Okay, so I attack, I just get rid of the hippo. If I do that, they double block, I get rid of the 2/2. They are at 12, so I'm going to make the attack with everybody. They can do good trades here by throwing the hippo there, but I was pretty sure, yeah, they would want to stop my trample guy and just let me get this extra damage in. So that worked out well. Here they have a 7 drop. So this could be really bad. A lot of the 7 drops are very, very good. You got some Elder Dragons there. You got all kinds of crazy stuff. That is a 7/7, can't be blocked by creatures with power 2 or less. That's pretty good. Alright. I don't think I want to do 8 drops, actually. Well, no, there's Vigilance Haste 8 drops. So let's go for it. Maybe we can get the Vigilance Haste guy. That'd be sweet. We got the Vigilance Haste guy! Alright, I think this game's over. We just swing in with everybody, keep the pressure on. Draw a card here. I can get to guaranteed Zitalpas. Whatever the green guy is. I always forget his name. They just want to block there. I think that kills them. Nope, they're at 1 life. Alright. They need something great. They need something very good here. But there are things that are very good. They're going for 8 mana? I don't think there's anything at 8 mana that will save them. But I think there are some 7s. That is the thing. This format is... It's like you have to relearn Momir. Like you have to look up what creatures are in Standard and look at the costs and be like, well, what do we got here? So Verdant Force comes close, but I have a flyer, so... Unfortunately. Yep. We're just gonna get in there with the flyer. Alright, so that is 2 wins in a row. Only 3 wins to go, and we'll be 5-0. But I am assuming we'll lose at least one of these games. Momir is an RNG-based format. And also, I'm not actually the best player ever. We did get a booster pack, so let's just give you guys a nice little pack opening in the middle of this video if you want one. If you don't, I'm sorry, I'll jump right back into it. We got a Liliana Untouched by Death. That's cool, but I'm probably never going to play it in Standard. Besides, accounts are going to get wiped at some point, so it basically doesn't matter. Let's continue on with the Momir. On to round 3. That was a pretty good pull for now, though. Like, for until the accounts get wiped, that's cute. Probably not going to play it, but it's just nice to have in the collection, especially if they bring, like, Singleton back, or if they put Brawl on anytime soon. Also known as just before the wipe. So let's see, they're not going to go with 1-drops. People are not aggressively playing 1-drops. I'm not sure why. I think it's just correct. See, I got a 1/2, and now if I ever get an artifact creature, I just got a 1-mana 2/2. Seems fine. Especially if my opponent just wants to wait for bigger drops, I can get some damage in early. Just sneak it in there. Which would be cool. They have a 1/3. Whenever they explore, they do stuff. That could be real bad for me. It is entirely possible they get that explore stuff. Got a 3/1, can't be blocked by artifact creatures. Nice. This 1/2 will stop their Wild Growth Walker until they randomly get an explore creature, so that's nice. I'm just skipping that drop. Okay. I don't think I'm going to skip any drops. Since I was on the draw, I can make it to 6 mana without ever skipping a drop. So 3-tier target creature you control can't be blocked by creatures with power 2 or less this turn. That's very, very good. That is... yeah, that could be a great thing late game. And I'm fine with just trading that off, even though I could do this ability next turn, because it's almost always better to just keep putting things on the board than to save your mana to use an ability. This is just something that maybe it'll come into play late game if they have anything like a Verdant Force that's just shitting out a bunch of 1/1s I can't get through. Something like that. It's going to do 1 damage, so that's just a 4/2. That seems fine. So yeah, let's see. So I discard a card this turn, that's my 4-drop. I actually make it 7 mana without skipping a turn, which seems very good. Let's discard a forest. Well, actually I have that green ability. Nah, I still want the mountain in case I get Kazarov or something later. That dude's just good. That's a 4/5 menace? Hell yeah. I think I'm good trying to keep their board a little clear. I'm good with this trade because then I can get in with my menace guy unless they get something that spawns 2 creatures. And they probably can't get in with the Volley Veteran thanks to this being a 4/5. They'll need to hit something that randomly gives it another power or deals damage to my creatures or something like that. So let's see. What do they got for their 5-drop? They've got the Self-Assembler. It is a 4/4. Cute. Alright. So if they don't attack, I can't get back in. If they do attack, I don't know why they would. But if they do attack, they're very screwed. Alright, they don't. They are not a stoop. Let's hit our 5-drop now. Discard a forest here. That's very nice. Other legendaries get +2/+2. That was so lucky. So I can kill both their creatures off this attack. So I'm just going to go for it. Then I have more of a board presence than them, and I have a Death Touch Lifelinker to take out another one of their creatures if it ends up being a non-flyer. And it looks like they didn't want to make the trade. They want to still have some kind of board presence, which I'm fine with that. I'm tripping them down pretty low now. What do they have here? 6 mana. They've got the 5/4. It could come back from their grave, but it is a creature token, so it won't be doing that anytime. So it's just a 5/4. What do we have next? Let's drop a mountain. I think mountains are a little more important than swamps. I do really need to just look up all the cards at one point, just sit there and look at them for a while and see what colors really matter. There's Multani. That dude is basically just I win lol in this format. I am actually just going to swing in with, well, just swing with the 6/7. They'll just double block with both their 4 toughness guys. Actually, I'll just wait till next turn and go in with Multani. They got a 7-drop here. 7-drops can be quite good. Lots of Elder Dragons and stuff. They might just go for 6. Maybe they want to try to get a Multani of their own. I'm going for 7. They have the 5/5 Hexproof. It's not a bad draw. It's just nowhere near as good as Multani. Alright, so there's a scoop from our opponent. Multani plus having Arvod out to give it +2/+2, just in case it wasn't big enough, is pretty nice. I think 6-drops might actually just be the strongest cards. Now that I know Multani is a 6-drop, Multani is almost definitely just the strongest card in this format. So I think, yeah, I think the strategy is literally just play a card every turn and just go for 6-drops. Whereas in regular Momir, like, you wait for 8-drops and you try to go for that, but it's like the worst 6-drop is like Torrential Gearhulk. It's just like a 5/4 for 6. And then you could also just get like 5/4 tramples for 6 or 6/6 tramples for 6, but I don't know, there's lots of good ones too. We're gonna go for 1 here, discard one of these islands. I'm not gonna do that. I am not gonna give himself -1/-1. they have a... Oh, that's a very, very good one. That is a very good draw for our opponent. That guy's just going to explore all the time. They can exile 2 cards from our graveyard to explore. Which is just, it's going to draw a card every time it does that. I guess they don't want to draw cards. That's fine too. I guess I forgot, it doesn't get the counter if it's a land on top, so it's just 2 mana, tap it, draw a card for them. Which isn't really necessary in this format, as you do... you don't have a lot of viable higher mana cost options. Like, I'm pretty sure there just aren't any 10 mana or 11 mana, so things don't actually get crazy good if you get into the higher mana costs like they usually do. Let's discard this Plains here. Each player draws a card. Nice. So we're both going to make it high mana costs. Let's just send in the 2/2 here. Just keep this board clear. At 3, they have a 2/3 of their own. All their zombies get +1/+1, and they can give all their zombies menace till end of turn. That's actually pretty scary if they happen to just consequentially get a couple zombies later. That could be a major threat. Just giving them all menace. Got a 2/4 here, so that blocks well. I'll just send this in so we both draw a card. Doesn't really matter. I just want to allow us both the option of hitting our 7 drops. Since they were on the draw, they were already going to make it to 7, and now I will as well, thanks to that attack. So I think there's not really much of a trade-off there. That's more of an advantage to me than them. Got a 4/3. Each creature controlled with power 4 or greater gets +1/+1 trample time. That's very good. Alright, that's pretty spooky. Pretty spooky. Ooh, that's pretty nice. 2/1/1 flyers. Probably just going to get in with flyers for a while. If they send in with the Goreclaw, I will probably double block it with my big booties. My 2/4 and my 2/3. So their 5-drop is a Regal Bloodlord, 2/4 flying. Well, that stops my flyers. That also is pretty good. There are some... Obviously, there's cards with lifelink and stuff like that that could be good. Now this is interesting. So I could double block the 5/4 and they can only kill 1, and then I just block like this and kill that guy. I think I just kill all their stuff, and I save one of my big booty guys. This seems fine with me. They said oops, so it might have just been a misclick. They might have just clicked, we're clicking through to skip through the turn, and then they clicked attack with all by accident. I think that this is still like a fine trade for them because it does clear off the board a little, and they still have Regal Bloodlord. I mean, it's not a good trade, but it's not the worst thing that could have happened. Now we've made it to 6 drops, so we're at the scary cards. What do we got here? Shivan Dragon. That's a scary card. Glad I'm playing these mountains out. Not gonna attack. Not gonna attack here. It'll just let us draw more cards. Probably going to play a mountain next turn. I don't think I'll be pumping Shivan Dragon at all, though. I'll probably just play a 7-drop. Aethertide Whale, that's very good. 6/4 flying, so that's going to trade off the Shivan Dragon. The secondary ability doesn't matter at all, but that energy could come in handy later. Again, the entire Kaladesh block is in this. And it's only the cards in Standard, so the odds of you getting cards that actually use energy are much higher than in regular Momir, because there are way less sets. So, yeah, let's see what I get first, and then see if I do want to just throw away the Shivan Dragon to get that 6/4 off the board. I probably will, but we'll see if we get anything awesome here. Maybe a Kazarov. Oh, that's awesome. So yeah, seven drops are pretty good, guys. They're pretty good. I completely forgot Meteor Golem was also in the 7-drop slot. Yeah, I think I'm pretty confident in saying at this point that you almost always are going to want just 6 and 7 drops and not 8 drops. Well, I guess it depends on the situation, because at 8 you do have Verdant Force. But the other threats at 8 just don't feel as scary as they should be for the 8 mana. I'll have to look it up again. I'll definitely look it up a lot after this this tournament here. So they've got, for 7, they've got the 7/7 trample. Whenever it attacks, oh, you can just pay an energy to give it +1/+1 till end of turn. That's pretty scary. So I could Fire Breathe. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I could play a land and I could Fire Breathe once. I think I'm gonna go for a 6-drop because I can Fire Breathe twice and still play a 6-drop. And if I Fire Breathe twice, then 3 hits from Shivan Dragon kills them. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to go for the 3 hits kill you. So let's do a 6-drop now. This makes them get a flyer soon. So that's just a 7/6, no abilities. Oh, I completely forgot about my flyers. So, yeah. I mean, 3 hits would have killed them anyway. I guess this way, almost 2 hits will kill them. If I pump it to 8, yeah, if I draw Mountain and they don't have a flyer, they're dead next turn. I should have went for the 3 pump. I completely forgot about my 1/1 flyers. But they are dead this turn. Yeah, they're dead this turn. Regardless, just because of the other creatures I have. So I will say that was a slight punt on my end. I could have had them dead in the air this turn. Doesn't matter that much. I don't think there's anything crazy enough in Standard to have stopped all of these creatures. But, you know, I will let them hit me for, what, 18? Or, no, 16. They can have fun hitting me for 16. Yeah, this is clearly just a tap concede here. Just doing everything they can before they die here. I will also do all I can. If you're gonna pump your Aetherwind Basker a lot, I'll pump my Shivan Dragon. Alright. So that was game 3? Was that game 3, I think? That might have been game 4, I don't know. I think it was game 3. I don't want to be that confident saying I already won 4 matches. So we got a card here. Oh, that was number 4! We already won 4. That means we paid off. We got our gold back. I think that's what that means. We're at 4. That's 500 gold, 2 cards. This costs 500 gold to play, right? I guess I can't really tell. Alright. We need to get one more win in these next 2 rounds. If we lose these next 2 rounds, then we're SOL. But this has gone great so far. Definitely, this is my very first time playing Momir on MTG Arena. I think that my assumption of literally just play a card every turn, don't use regular Momir strat, seems accurate. Because the high end in standard creatures is lower than the high end out of all creatures ever. Like 6 mana, 7 mana. Very powerful creatures. You do not need to get to 8 or 9 or anything crazy like that. So I'm on the draw, which means even if I play one every turn, I'll be getting to 7 mana. They've got a 0/4. Not a terrible start. That's going to slow the game down a lot, probably. Discard an island here. It seems like you do still want a lot of mountains. 1/2 flying, that's a very good start. Not only is it flying, it has 2 toughness, so it's better than just like a Siren Stormcaller or something. I guess Siren Stormcaller could be a little bit better, because it might come in handy. The secondary ability, if you get to the late games and you have a couple extra mana. It does seem like if you ever get any abilities, there is a little bit more room to breathe once you get to the late game. to save a little bit of mana for those abilities. Long Tusk Cub's a very, very good draw for them. Not a major fan of that. Discard of Plains here. I've got like a bunch. 0-4. Very nice. That is going to block that Long Tusk Cub all day. It also pings them for 1 a turn. Oh, only if I have a desert. Okay, so it's just a 0-4. But that's fine. I can stop the Long Tusk Cub from getting them any energy, which is good. They're exclusively playing islands, which is cute. I don't know why. No land walk in standard. They got a 3-2 now. Nice. Let's see what we get at 3. Another nice thing about MTG Arena's Momir is that you don't really have to worry about Phage the Untouchable or that Leviathan thing that just eats your board. 2-2 first strike is very nice on this board. Oh, it's only first strike when it's attacking. Okay, so it's just a 2-2. Still, probably just trades for the 3-2 if they attack in. I do have enough blockers for their creatures. For some reason, they're just going with 4 islands. I guess maybe they think they'll get the Djinn or something. Ooh, that's bad. 4-3 flying. That's terrifying. Yeah, I mean, I'll trade off with the 3-2. See what we get here at 4. Need something good. Something good soon. That's a 4-3. It's a 4-3 that doesn't do anything. Looting does just nothing in Momir. So 4-3's fine. The problem is I'm facing down a 4-3 with flying. Might just die to that guy. I have a 4-6 Titanic Pelagasaur. That is an arena exclusive card. Alright, adorable. No blockers here. I guess I'm just hoping really hardcore for like a Noxious Gearhulk when I hit 6 mana. Or a Vona Butcher right now. Something like that. Something along those lines. This is a Crested Craghorn, so if I get anything that gains life, that is a high value card that I need to make sure stays on the board. Anything with life gain would be super sweet right now. So I'm going for their 6 mana. It's a 6-6 trample. Nice. Doesn't matter too much. This 4-3 flyer is definitely the most important thing. Toss out Mountain. Discard of Plains here. Come on. Well, that really sucks. That's just useless. This is a 6 mana 3-3. Damn. Can make my dudes indestructible for a turn, I guess. My small dudes. That's really rough. That is not what we needed right now. I need something immediately. I have 3 more turns. They are going to send him the 6-6 and the 4-6. Okay. So, I mean, I'll block there. I'm just going to sacrifice Lena to save the Falcon so I can block twice. That way I stop the damage there, and I stop the damage there, and then I stop the damage there again. And then over here, these creatures aren't going to get indestructible, but I do want to trade off with that 6-6. So they'll be trading their 6-6 for a 5-5 or a 4-3. Unfortunately, if I do end up getting anything with life gain, I won't be pooping out horses anymore, but I can't really rely on that. I do want to make sure that my Rustwing Falcon gets indestructible this turn. Alright, so yes, they take out the horse, which is obviously the better one. It's a 5-5 and not a 4-3, and it has abilities. So, come on, like a Kazarov or just something insane. It's a 3-7 flying that blocks their guy. Yeah, I mean, that worked out well. Is this 1-2 going to do anything? I mean, I don't need to draw any cards right now. I need to play more creatures. So that actually, yeah, that was good. That was quite good. I have a blocker. Hopefully I can just get him by playing 7-drops instead of 6s, but again, I don't think the 7s are that much better than the 6s, so this is still very much who's going to get what. Sending in with a 3-7 and a 4-6, I mean, I'll just block. They don't have any abilities right now. Drop out another 7. Come on, 7-drops, be better than the 6s, please. Okay, well, all of these cost nothing, so I'm not going to gain any life there, but that's a 7-7. That can certainly block things. Can't really attack into that 4-3. It's going to be a long game here. Oh, they're trying to get to 7-man as well. Spooky. They did take a turn off to do it, which is nice for me. Yes! My sources deal double damage. That's exactly the kind of thing I need right now. Do I even want to attack with the Trampler now? If I attack with the Trampler, they swing back. What, they take like 14, and then if they swing back, I can block really well because all my sources do double. So yeah, that's fine. I'll swing in with the 7-7 Trampler. Okay, so we'll kill both of those, do 7 to them. Seems like a very good trade for me. Get that shit off the board. Oh wait, I guess that's not how it works. That just, it kills them. Okay, so I do have to still assign the lethal damage regularly. They're going to 8. This is not regular Momir. I don't know if that's going to work how you think it will. 8's not that crazy. It does have Verdant Force, I guess. That's an 8-5. That seems pretty good. Oh boy. Still don't really want to attack right now. Let's see what they get at 8. Again, I could be really wrong about this, but I don't remember there being any super spooky 8-drops. There is the 8-8 Flying Trample, I guess. Could be what they're going for here. There's Verdant Force. It's your boy. I'm still not going to take a turn off because I'll make it to 8-drops if they just attack once regardless. I gained some life there. That's very nice. Oh, and I'm going to just keep gaining life every turn? That seems very nice. Actually, if I am going to gain life here, I will just attack with that. I will draw a card here. That way I can do my own 8-drops. You do have like a 25% chance at Verdant Force, or a 20%? I'm not really sure. They're going to have to sacrifice 2 permanents here, so that's totally fine. Play this land out. Don't really want to mill myself for no reason. Alright. I really like this Verdant Sun's avatar here. Hitting another 8-drop. They've got the 7-7. Yeah, it's just an 8-mana 7-7. Doesn't do anything. These were the quality of 8-drops that I was seeing when I was just doing a quick scan through. So I don't really know if I want to do 8s still. Like I actually... Well, I do want a Razaketh. Pretty hardcore. So let's go 8. Razaketh or Verdant Force are both incredible for me. And there's a decent chance... 9-9 also works. Keep getting in there with the 3-7. I'm at 26. I don't really care about this life anymore. They're down to 6 now. Play that for fun. There are no 10-drop creatures, I don't think, right now. I do think that the standard Momir format is going to change a lot when Guilds of Ravnica comes out, obviously, but like you will actually have like a 15 drop or whatever. I don't remember how much that worm costs, but it's a lot. Yeah, see, and then there's just an 8 mana 8/8. Like 8 drops just aren't. You can get stuff like Verdant Force, but more often there's an 8 mana 7/7, an 8 mana 8/8, an 8 mana 9/9. There's also like Razaketh, but so now they have to block my Windreader Sphinx here, which is nice for me. I'm just gonna actually go for a 7-drop here because the 8 drops they're getting are just bad. See, like this dude's sweet. This dude is awesome, and he's a 7-drop, not an 8-drop. So I think this is gonna be a learning experience for a lot of people. 8 drops, unlike regular Momir, pretty decent chance at just some hot garbage on a board like this. I mean, you do guaranteed get a large creature at the very least. I think the worst thing you can get is just the 7/7, which is still a big dude, so it's not awful. Alright, they need something awesome this turn, or that'll end it. Also, sorry I bumped the mic a little bit earlier, if you could hear that. That was probably pretty abrasive. Sorry about that. They have a lot of Saprolings, if nothing else. Verdant Force has made Saprolings. They're doing 8 mana again? Moment of truth. They got a Polyraptor. Polyraptor is actually another one that's one of the better 8 drops, but is still just not that crazy. I do think you do probably just want to stop at 7. So that was... Well, let's find out for sure if that was the whole thing. Oh no! I do still need to win... Wait, no, it says claim prize. Alright, I'll claim my prize. Alright, that was my very first Magic Arena Momir event. We went 5-0 just using general thought patterns after a quick scan of what creatures are in Standard and with a decent amount of regular Momir experience. So I think, yeah, it's definitely the type of format that is not as luck-based as you think. If you can just hop into it right now, it seems like a lot of people just are using old Momir strategies or just like don't know Momir strategy at all, and it can help you out a lot. Like, I think that it's not too hard to do well. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I just got insanely lucky and my opponents were playing very well. But I do think that, like, my opponents were good. It's just that they just didn't really know about the general quality of creatures at different converted mana costs. Certainly 8 mana creatures seem pretty jank in Standard Momir. So let's see what our rewards are. A Ruin Raider and a Rigging Runner, both cards from Ixalan. So they aren't going to rotate out, so that's good. Yeah, so that was Momir Madness. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye-bye. It's so hard to turn this off.